The concept of a legacy. We hear this term throughout the ages when we're talking about sports. For anyone who's aware of what a legacy is, outside of a monetary legacy, it's a fancy way of saying how will you be remembered maybe after you die, maybe after you're done doing a particular task, whether basketball player, maybe once you're done with your career, boxer, once you're done with your career, whatever the case may be, but how will you be remembered? And I used to be obsessed with this word. I used to think about being legendary, being iconic. And then I started understanding what that really meant. And what it really means is how will people perceive it? And what I want everyone to understand is that these things change over time. Nothing will stay itself for perpetuity. Your legacy is not perpetual, will not stay in the same state, regardless of what you do, whether it be simple time. If you think about like this, let me paint this picture for you guys. It's 1936, and Joe Louis just beats Max Mellon for the heavyweight title, and he's the biggest boxer maybe of all time at this point, and he's probably the second most famous athlete in America, right behind Babe Ruth. You guys know who Babe Ruth is. And if I went back in time and I told the spectators, the people that are watching that fight, the people that heard it on radio around the world, and I said, listen, one day there will come a guy who will eclipse his fame. There will come a day where Joe Louis will not be maybe a household name like like he currently is right now. They will look at me like I'm crazy. If I said, listen, 30 years from now, there's going to be a guy named Muhammad Ali, and he's going to be an even bigger boxer. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I started thinking about, oh, okay, so these things can change. Because if I tell you guys this now, a lot of you guys watching this video may not even know who Joe Louis is, and that's a shame, right? Or is it? The fact of the matter is you will do what you need to do while you can do it. Simple as that. I don't have a say-so on how you perceive what I do. I don't have that say-so. All I have is my say-so is what I do, period. So if I go out here and I accomplish a lot of goals, whether it be retiring my parents, whether it be making that certain amount of money, or if I help homeless people, or if I make an orphanage, or whatever the case may be, all these amazing things I can do. Despite that, I can do all of those things, and then people can still discredit me. That's what a legacy is. That's what a legacy is. Now, once again, I'm not saying that a reputation does not matter, but what I am saying is that reputation, legacy changes over time. You have to be aware of these things. You have no say-so in how others perceive it. You have a very little say-so, if anything, but you don't have the defining chapter. For example, I've seen a lot of people who a person may like a billionaire, for example, may help out some college students to get their debt paid. A millionaire may help some homeless people or something like that, and people say, well, that's just a tax write-off. See what I'm saying? People are going to find some way to discredit it, critique it, take something from it. But the fact of the matter is that they're helping people pay debt off. But some people will perceive it as simply a tax write-off. And once again, that is not your say-so. It's not your business to be concerned with this little imaginary concept of a legacy. I don't really care about it. Once again, I want reputation. It matters. Once again, like when we're talking about how I can pass down a monetary legacy to my kids, hopefully, one day I have kids and pass down, a legacy to my son, and that'd be nice. And then hopefully I can pass down a nice reputation. That'd be, a cherry on top. But I don't have as much of a say-so with that reputation as I do with the monetary concept, because once again, all I can do is accomplish things. It's all I can do. I don't have a say-so in how you perceive the accomplishment. And that's what a legacy is. So I want you guys to make sure that when you're working, when you're putting in that work, sometimes you're not always appreciated in the moment. You're not always appreciated, or maybe you are appreciated, but the full appreciation will not occur until later in time. And to be honest, it's not your say-so whether you're going to be appreciated or not. It's a sad reality that we all have to accept. But the fact of the matter is, all I can do is make music, make podcasts, get great guests, do amazing things in life, hit these weights, whatever the case, whatever my goals are, it's all I can do. And whether people find these things to be these milestones that I will hit, because I got to hit them throughout life, whether people find these things to be great, mediocre, average, below average, terrible, whatever the case, I don't have a say so in that as much as I do in getting it done. So once again, I want you guys to make sure that don't be so obsessed with the legacy being, I want how do you want to be remembered? Who cares? Who cares? The fact of the matter is you have no say. Just act yourself, just be yourself. Just be yourself. And the fact of the matter is if you be yourself every day, people will like, love, and hate you, be indifferent towards you regardless. That's the secret. That's the secret. And there is no, if I just treat people like this, they're gonna treat me like, no, there's no magical reciprocity out here. And someone's just out here making things right in the world, and because you do a good deed will come to you. There's not a magical reciprocity out here. So you have to do what's best for you. Do the right thing when you see fit, whatever you guys see the right thing as, and good things happen, bad things happen. People once again will be indifferent towards you. It doesn't matter how you do it, whether you intentionally try to be a bad person, whether you intentionally try to be a good person. There will be this concept of opinions. It's very subjective. The only thing that is objective is what you accomplish, your objectives. They're objective in terms of, are they fact or fiction? Did you accomplish it or did you not? And that's all you really have to say so in. But once again, I appreciate the views, appreciate those who watch, subscribe, like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button, guys. More BTR on the way. Appreciate you.